Hey everybody, today we're going to continue with the Tamiya Fat Fox build, and we're going to be finishing up the cab and putting it on the lower half. But first I need to go ahead and spray the windows. They tint black, and I've already removed the window mask, and I clean up the little overspray that I had on the windshield. So I'm going to take this piece downstairs and paint it. And then I'm also going to go ahead and put primer on the mirrors. That's one of the next steps. We need to paint that red. And we're not going to be painting it directly onto the plastic. We need to put some primer on there first. So let's go ahead and do that. There's a couple things we can do while the paint is drying. We need to go ahead and cut out these two decals right here. And we can also pre-drill the holes in the bottom half of the chassis. So 58 right here and 59 is the reflective surfaces. The decals we need to cut out. It says right here 58, 59. 58 is the left, I believe, so that makes 59 the right side. We'll figure that out. So when you cut that out, put it on double-sided tape and then set it into the mirror. So let's go ahead and cut this out. I'm just going to rough cut this and then use scissors to get to the final shape. Alrighty. And we need to put it on a piece of black sand. If you didn't catch it on step 2, we're supposed to cut out a couple pieces from the back and use it for the mirrors. So let me go ahead and get just a big piece. Is this flat? I don't know if that's flat. Okay, this piece is definitely flat. I don't need anything too big. That should be plenty. It says to go ahead and remove the film. So let's go ahead and do that. And okay, I peeled off the two decals and I taped it onto the plastic here. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. Okay, there's one. And there's the other one. And I'll dry fit this when the mirrors come back, and needs a little bit more trimming. We'll do that. Put these aside and bring over the body for drilling. Okay, so we need to drill the body post holes right here and right there. Need to drill the holes for there's 3 holes here for the coupler that I've already painted and drilled. And on the back side right here, I need to drill 4 holes to mount the fenders. These are 2mm, 3mm, and 6.5. I'm going to use whatever the largest drill bit I have, and then use a reamer to make it fit. And that's it. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, grab one of the extra body posts. I'm going to go ahead and start reaming and see how much I need to do. There we go. All 4 holes are drilled, and they're all pretty smooth. So we're ready to go. And let me go bring back the cab and the mirrors. All right, there we go. Let me go bring back the cab and the mirrors. Okay, the mirrors are painted, primer gray. Everything came out well, and I brought out my helping hand. It's going to hold these pieces after I paint them. So I'm not going to go out and buy another bottle of paint, another spray can of paint just for these two pieces. I happen to have a little bit of red here, XF7. That was supposed to be for my Wild Willie. A little bit of detail for the Wild Willie. So I'm just going to use this. And it doesn't match up perfectly. It's fine. I just didn't feel like spending another $7 for a can of spray paint that I may or may never use again. So all I'm doing is laying down a quick coat. With a brush. Not too concerned about coverage the first coat. I'm just going to make sure that it's smooth, and the second coat will make the color a lot brighter and sharper. There we go. Just smooth that out a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna let that dry. Let's go ahead and paint the second one. Switch hands. Okay. There we go. And we'll come back in a little bit. Gonna give that enough time to dry. Put on a second coat. We'll be ready to install them. Okay, while we wait for the red paint to dry, let's go ahead and cut this body out and trim the wheel well and get this body ready to go. All right, the lower half is cut. All of the protected film is off on all pieces. The mirrors are painted red. And we're ready to assemble. I've already pre-cut these double-sided tapes that go in there. This one might need a little bit more trimming. Get that out of there. And just let me take a little bit more off and peel that. Might as well peel this side as well. that in there carefully. Then take a piece of the mirror and put that in there. That looks pretty decent. And this is going to be the driver's side, the American driver's side window. There we go. Put that in there. And according to the instructions, it takes two O-rings. First, the thicker one. And I'm not sure I'm going to be able to put in the smaller one after this. I honestly don't think I will be able to. So I'm just going to put one. And I'm going to take the small pin and drop that in there. There we go. And there's one mirror, like that. Looks okay. Doesn't look great. Paint didn't come out perfectly with the brush, but it will suffice. And here's the other one. Here's the other piece of double-sided tape. Drop that in there and drop the mirror in there. There we go. Both sides look pretty good. And this one goes on this side, the passenger side. Put the big rubber O-ring in there. Again, it looks like only one will fit, so I'm going to push the pin through. Even that doesn't want to go through. Let's see. Okay, might need to do this off camera. Took a little wiggling, but I got it through. The next step, we're going to start taping the cab onto the lower half, and of course taping the back to the cab as well. Need to cut these into 19 strips. Basically, you cut it into 3 lengthwise and then cut them in half. So I just cut them into 3 pieces lengthwise and I cut it in half this way. And I did 4 sheets, and so I got a little bit over 4. You can get 6 out of one of these, so you just have to do 4 of them. All right, so let me reset the camera and I'll show you what's next. All right, I tackled some low-hanging fruit. I put on the coupler. It takes 3 screws, a washer, and 3 nuts on the bottom. Easy enough. Now I'm going to go ahead and put those little double-sided tapes all along the area, and we'll put the body down. Okay, so it says it needs 2 double-sided tapes here, 1 here, and 3 on the top. Go ahead and get that started. And these are harder to peel than I thought it would be. Okay. Oops. That's pretty close. That's 1. Oh, geez. Keep getting the wrong side. There's 2. Okay, and then 1 right here. All right, and then 1, 2, 3 on top. All right, let me double check the fit one more time. All right, it's not perfect, it's not great. I got a big gap here, I got some gaps everywhere, but it looks like it's gonna sit probably just fine. Let me trim that door a little bit better, and then I'll drop it in. All right, I don't think I'm gonna get it too much better than what I have, so I'm gonna go ahead and start peeling these and go ahead and place the cab. Super easy to peel when it's stationary, but when you're trying to peel both sides, it's quite difficult. Alrighty. Okay, here we go. Let me go ahead and drop this on. Not too bad, not terrific. Okay, and then the next step is to put the double-sided tape all along the top and the sides and the bottom. Let me go ahead and do that. Okay, it should be a decent fit. Let's go ahead and peel these off and lay down the body. Oh, this one's a little bit harder. Alrighty. Just gonna make sure this is straight on top and straight on the sides. And go ahead and reach over. It is definitely not going in easy. It's not lined up at all. Let's see why. Okay. It's not great, it's not terrible, but it is done. So that's it. We are done with step 8 of this body. And in the next video, we're going to be putting on the decals. That's going to be a tough one. And we're also going to be putting on the fenders. And then finally putting the body onto the chassis itself, and that will be it. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next one.